Hey everyone, Corvus here. Welcome to this update video as usual, which I'll go over some stuff that's happening on the painting desk. At the moment, not very much because yesterday evening I just finished the Infinity commission I was working on. Some miniatures you might have seen popping up here lately on the channel and also on my Instagram account. Been featuring that on there. I think the last 4 weeks I spent working on this small warband. So after the rest that I want to tell you, we're going to head over as usual, turn the camera around, and we'll move over to the desk here and show the finished miniatures. Later tonight I will be varnishing them and then take them back here for some good quality pictures against the black backdrop as I usually do. And then it's a bit of a countdown to get the new Warhammer 40k starter set, which I plan on buying. And if it's available, then I will put a link in the video description to Element Games website. They'll probably going to offer a pretty good discount as they usually do. And if you're a regular viewer, you know the drill that you can use the code GR959 during checkout at Element Games to get double store credit. And help out the channel at the same time. Talking about buying stuff, I just also ordered 2 weeks ago, ordered some new stuff. I was thinking some kind of thing in my head was that I was going to have a bit more time before the 40k release, but probably not going to have time to start working on that because I just finished, like I said, just finished the Infinity. Then here on the tray is the other project you've been seeing on the channel, is the Triumph of St. Catherine, which is going into the right direction. There's still quite some work to be done on the project, so I want to really finish that before I start working on the 40k starter set. But anyway, the 40k starter, the plan there is I'm going to have a week of holiday in 2 weeks, and then in August I'm going to have another holiday, 2 weeks. And that's when we're on holiday. That's the kind of project I like to bring along. Just doing the cleaning and the assembly of the miniatures. So I just need to take the spruce with me, and then a hobby knife, mold line to remove the mold line, some glue, and then yeah, that's something I can do in the morning or in the evening when I have time when we're on holiday. So that's something I really like. So the timing is perfect. I hope to get to be able to get the set right before my holiday in August. That's probably going to happen. And before that, I'll probably just spending most of the time working on the Triumph of St. Catherine set. But like I said, I have been buying some stuff. So I thought maybe before starting the new 40k starter set, I might have some time to paint some additional Space Marines. So I bought these are two the cheaper sets, the easy to build sets, so the Reavers and then the Aggressors, so the easy to build ones, just to give me some practice. Painted quite some Space Marines in the past, did quite some Ultramarines. Then I have been working on some Imperial Fists, but again I changed my mind, so now the plan is for the Space Marines in the starter set. I don't think they have the decals there for the Imperial Fist, so I wanted to go for the Blood Angels. So that's also the reason why I have been buying this one. So the Vallejo Citadel Air, sorry, Mephiston Red. Just want to give the airbrush another try on some exercise miniature first. Before I start working on these, and especially the starter set. And then another thing that I could not resist buying is this new Necron model, which is absolutely stunning if you ask me. And then there I'm not really yet decided on the color scheme. I mean, I really like the various metal tones, and the green, it really goes very well with the Necrons. But yeah, I'm at the moment I'm looking for something more unique. I saw something on Instagram more recently, and it was more this kind of greenish. Let's see, what do we have here? I think the Deadwood Forest is a bit more green, but I think on camera it shows a bit the kind of color that I have in mind, or this striking green here, something like that for the armor plating. And then I have to think about a contrasting color, but I could anyhow go with the full metallic, like the box art. I like it as well. So I haven't made my mind up there yet. So it's another one I want to. I'm probably just going to work on this after the 40K or at the same time. What else I ordered are these dropper bottles, because I noticed while working with the airbrush, yeah, you need to thin a lot. You need to put some thin down some cleaner, and I was doing this in some of the all regular dropper bottles I have. So for example, this small bottle had some cleaner in there, and there was one or two sessions and it was empty, so I ordered this one, these bigger ones. I forgot the content of there, but anyway, I will link everything that you'll see in the video. I will link it in the video description so you can check it out yourself. And then I bought this gunmetal air, also with some of the Necrons in mind, maybe to do some of the base coating. And then yesterday evening I noticed that I see another gunmetal here on my desk already, so I have to paint. I bought it twice. So once upon a time I started a project that I wanted to put every new paint that I bought in a spreadsheet in Google Documents, but that project is not maintained anymore, but it's just to avoid that kind of mistakes. But anyway, so the paint I showed you, and then finally I decided on buying this one, this mold line scraper. So I think last year I was at my local game store, and one of the owners was working with this, and I said, yeah, it's really such a handy tool. So if you own this, I haven't tried it out yet, but if you own a mold line scraper, I'd like to hear from you what your experiences are. But he was very enthusiastic about this, especially on the curved areas, so the insides, and I must admit it's very hard to do with the hobby knife. And I always wondered how this works. So basically it's just, yeah, it has this sharp, it's not showing on camera, it's not focusing, but it has these sharp edges here all along. And I think, yeah, I mean, if you scratch on your nail, it's also, you can check if a knife is dull or not. If I scratch it on my nail, you see some stuff coming off. So this is definitely sharp, so probably do its job like it should. So all this I bought from Element Games, like I said, and then this one I bought on Amazon. These X-Acto knives. I ran out of X-Acto knives, I think last summer, and I was just in a shopping street somewhere when we were on holiday, and then there was just this silly hobby store, paper craft store, and I bought some knives there. But these new knives that I bought there were even duller than my dull X-Acto knife, so I really wanted some good quality. So these are this is the real deal. These are the X-Acto knives, and these are 100 knives. So I bought these on Amazon. If I think about it, I will link it also. So they're in this, wrapped in this piece of paper, but I won't open it now. But so that's what I wanted to show you. So before we continue, so right now I propose we turn around the camera. We take a look at the painted Infinity miniatures. Then I'll see you back in a minute. So these are the finished Infinity miniatures. There's a work in progress video on these guys where I do some, where I explain some of the reasoning behind the color schemes. It seems pretty straightforward because the customer, this is a commission by the way, if I haven't told you already, the customer asked me to keep close to the box art, so that, yeah, that obliged me to keep these guys in green and this one in this brown, which is actually the XV88, I believe, from GW, and so these guys in green. This was the Lauren Forest from GW Paints. But anyway, I used this brown and this green also a lot in the other miniatures, on the box art of this figure here, this female figure. Yeah, you could see there was some kind of different green used in this one, but anyhow, I used the same green and also the same browns across all the miniatures also for these. I mean, these two guys on the left seem a bit out of place here. I would have painted them with more green, but as I said, the customer asked me to stay close to the box art. Let me see if I can reach behind me. for these cards. So this is the what's it called, the Mormers, the guy on the left here. So you can see there's quite some blue involved and some of these gray tones. So there's a bit, I mean, the bottom layer of clothing, that's the same green than the other guys on the right. And then this figure was actually on the art here, on the official paint job. There's a lot more gray. I used a bit more of a bluish gray there, and then the same blue that's here on the shoulder pad. And there's don't think there's any green coming in, but there is some of the same brown here, and there's also a secondary brown I use for the back and stuff like that. It's also coming back again here. And what I also comes back on every miniature, or the same orange that I used for the lenses. It's all on these. This guy has small visors in his helmet. This guy here with the goggles, and this figure also with the visor here is the same orange going on there. So that's a bit the reasoning behind the color scheme. Yeah, like I said, this central figure, it's this one. You can see it's a different green than on the other box art, but anyhow, I used the same one here, same green. The scarf is a bit brighter green. This is also a different green, but less bright. But the small stripes which are on here on the official paint job, I tried to emulate this as well here on the figure. Yeah, and the big guy was pretty, yeah, it was quite some work, but it was okay because most of it was in one color. And as you can, I think I showed you in the work in progress video, I left the arms off. I left this chest piece off, and on the entire back also, so it could be painted more easily. And then I yesterday evening I glued everything together, which went pretty well. I'm very pleased about the result. Again, you see here this bullet case, or what is it here on his back is the same green that is on the other guys. And then for the bases, yeah, this is a proved recipe of mine that I use quite often for Infinity Miniatures. These yeah, just a plastic card with some sand, different kind of plastic card. Customer asked me for some urban inspired bases, so I have some of these. This is some photo etch here, some of these gratings here. But anyhow, pretty happy how this goes together. Although if I was 100% free to do what I wanted, I would have incorporated more green onto those two guys on the left. I mean, these five especially go very well together. This guy, okay, it's apparent that it's different. I think it's okay. It's a different color scheme. It's an entirely different miniature, but these guys could have blended in better if I used the green on there. But yeah, customer is king. So anyway, here I want to add, if you like this kind of paint job, this is really the kind of work that I love to do, small warbands or even single miniatures. Please get in touch via a PM, or you can go to corvusminiatures.com, my website. There's a link somewhere on top called painting service. You can click that for all the information on commissions. So I'm available for commissions probably after summer, after I spend some good amount of time on the new 40K set for my private collection, of course. But after that, feel free to contact me anytime and we can work something out. So that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. There will be links in the video description as usual to all the kinds of stuff that you see in the video, and you're interested in buying this with a discount, you can follow the links in the video description. And as usual, you can use the discount code or the code GR959 for extra store credits. So that's extra money you can use on your next purchase if you use the code there on the Element Games website. Other than that, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel and the video. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider becoming one. So that's all for this video. See you in the next one. Bye.